Hello and welcome to the recorded presentation of Course Choice 101. My name is Whitney Schulze. I am one of the school counselors, and we just wanted to present some of the information that we've already shared with your student during their homeroom on Wednesday. However, if your child was absent or unavailable to attend, or you just wanted to view this together at your leisure, we have recorded this information so that you can make the best choices possible for your student as we select classes this weekend in Skyward. As you know, we are a National Blue Ribbon School, and part of that is our mission is discovering and cultivating intellect, character, and potential, and our course offerings reflect that mission. Here are all of our administrators. We have Dr. Pam Vaden, who is our principal, of course, and then we have 4 assistant principals. Each is attached to a grade level, and they follow that grade level throughout their 4 years in high school. So as you can see, your child's administrator will move up with them. Mr. Wilson, who's our current senior assistant principal, comes back down to 9th grade to welcome our rising freshmen. Same thing for counselors. Here are all of the counselors at Ravenwood, and we stick with our same students throughout their time at Ravenwood High School. We differentiate our caseloads by last name. So you can see there our names, our emails, and the last names that we serve. I'm sure you've gotten many an email from your counselor, but if not, and you need to know how to reach them, please give us a call and we'll be happy to put you in touch. So things to consider as you're selecting courses. Of course, we want to make sure we meet graduation requirements. Every student is required to have 22 credits to meet our graduation requirements. They are specific in that some are in different subject areas. So everybody takes English all 4 years and everybody takes math all 4 years, even if they have 4 credits of each. Those are required classes to take every year. Science, 3 credits, social studies, 3 credits, wellness and PE is a year and a half. Personal finance is a semester long class. Foreign language, you need 2 years of the same foreign language, 1 year of fine art, and 3 years in that elective focus area. Please keep in mind that these graduation requirements will prepare you for entry into college or career. So we really try to encourage students to think about having that nice balance. You could take all standard of these requirements and still go to a 4-year university. You can do a mix of honors, standard, AP, whatever works for you and what you're thinking about, but just make sure that you've got time in your life for self-care and relationships and volunteering or whatever is exciting to you. Every student this weekend will select 6 courses and 1 study hall. The only students able to select 7 courses at this time are students that are selecting band, orchestra, choir, or JROTC. We have some new courses next year that we're excited to offer. One is Pre-AP Ancient History. So this is a College Board approved course. So it has some AP-like things to it, but it is not an AP class, and it does not have an exam at the end of the year like APs do, but it does work like an honors class. So we'll have the 3 points weighted to it as we that we give to our honors courses, and it follows timeline different than the other histories that we offer. So it is considered an elective. It doesn't meet any of your history requirements of those 3 years, but it should be a very interesting class. We're also going to be offering creative writing as a semester-based class. We did have African American history this year as a semester-based class, but we're hoping to grow that and have more offerings of it as a semester or even a year-long offering. Fitness 1 and 2, we were able to offer Fitness 1 this year. We're hoping to have both next year, either as a semester-based class or as a full year. So if you have interest in that, please select those classes. Obviously, those are tailored around fitness, weightlifting, those sorts of things. And then exercise science honors, we have a new class. This goes in our elective focus under medical services, rehabilitation, careers. This would be the 4th class in that sequence. So this would be a class that your student could take if they've already had some of the prereqs with that. For us, that's looking like rising seniors would be the ones that would have that as an option. And as we're talking about electives, we have a lot of wonderful videos of our different elective programs on our school counseling website, which you'll see the link here. Don't worry, you're going to get this presentation as a PDF, so that will be clickable for you. The way that I'm recording this presentation will not allow me to click and bring up the website for you. So I have taken some screenshots so you are familiar with what it looks like. So when you go there, you'll know how to navigate yourself. This link will take you not to the homepage, but directly to our courses tab. So you'll see course guides and graduation information. Directly below that, you'll see this skyward icon. This is actually a picture that you'll be able to click. It takes you to a video that walks you through how to access Skyward this weekend and how to select those classes this weekend. So if you have any problems at all getting into Skyward, that would be your first place to try. In addition, we have tons of videos for our career and tech ed focus areas and classes. This is just a small grouping of them. All of them are listed on the website, but you'll see the picture. All you would do is click on that picture and it takes you to YouTube where the link is, and it will automatically start playing the video about that elective focus area. So I encourage our students to really look at those and really think about what might be interesting to them. And, if it seems like a career field that they might be interested in the future, this is a great way to kind of get your feet wet and make sure that it's something that you're excited about, or to feel more prepared as you go into college. We also will have listed as additional course offerings. So Fine Arts has created some videos talking about their programs, world language courses as well, and then Engineering Your World. All of these are wonderful classes that I encourage your students to learn a little bit about and make sure that they're making the best choices for what their interests are. And then as you keep scrolling down on that webpage, you'll come to our course offerings and elective focus sheet. Now this is for 9th through 12th grade, all the courses that we offer. So some are not going to be available to you depending on your grade level, but you can get an idea of what we've got going on, as well as that focus area sheet, which can be a little confusing, but just take a look and see what we've got to offer your student before you make those choices. And then again, as you keep scrolling on that same website below the course offerings, you will see an example for your plan. So this maps out all of the courses that a student needs to graduate, as well as like where electives typically fall. This is just a standard 4-year plan. Every student's looks a little bit different. So if your student's is looking a little bit different, don't worry. We are tracking that in the counseling department. And then you'll also see below that graduation requirements, Val and Sal criteria, and then there are WCS diploma distinctions. So lots of information there to help you as you're making these choices. So learning in school and around town. The nice thing about Williamson County Schools is that we do have some options for you, and it's not just all traditional learning. So most of our classes are offered in the building in the traditional way. For our students that are traditional students, we do offer a few online classes that could be taken online instead of taking it traditionally in the building. US Gov and Econ, although these are senior classes only. Psychology, sociology, personal finance, PE2, lifetime wellness, American Sign Language, and ACT prep. So these are some options to think about. Of course, we can't guarantee that there will be spots. There are class limits, even with online classes. So if it's something that sounds interesting to you, you will see it as you're scheduling, and it will say US Gov OLP, which stands for Online Learning Platform, Sociology OLP. So then you know that that is an online class. We also have some partnering schools and programs, the EIC, the Entrepreneurial and Innovation Center, which is at Franklin High School. It does have an application process, and it is for our more business-minded, entrepreneurial students. The principal of that program will actually be over at Ravenwood next week on Tuesday, the 25th, and she will be available for questions. Vanguard Online High School is Williamson County's online high school, and it is actually a separate high school from us. So students that wish to be completely online would request to be a part of that high school, and then they would no longer be a Ravenwood student. And then dual enrollment is an option for our juniors and seniors. Um, the class availability kind of varies. So this is when you would want to have a conversation with your counselor about what that looks like and what classes are available. We typically partner with Columbia State, but there are other options out there if it fits the need of your student. If you would like to just get the basics about that program, it is also on our school counseling website, which you will already be looking at whenever you view those videos. All right, so our timeline. So Thursday, tomorrow, or actually probably today as this comes out, the 20th, students should receive their course recommendations from in their homeroom. This is where teachers have recommended them for certain levels of classes for next year. They should take this home. They should be talking with you, talking about picking classes. On Friday, come to school and be ready to ask teachers about their recommendations. What's the difference between this class and that class? Your teachers are always the experts of their subject level. We as counselors try really hard to know a lot about a lot of classes, but if you want to know the difference between two different math classes, pre-cal or stats, your math teacher is going to be able to really help you with that more so than the counselor. So please speak with them. And then on Friday at 3 p.m., Skyward will open. You will go in under your student Skyward account and be able to select classes. You can do that Friday from 3 p.m. until Monday at 7 a.m. That is when it closes. And then that same Monday, your student should bring that sheet back, that registration sheet where they've written in what classes you all chose on Skyward. You both have signed, parent and student, and then they'll turn it into the homeroom teacher. Also attached to that will be your student's transcript. This is great to look at as you're thinking about meeting graduation requirements. Please keep it stapled to that registration sheet. It helps us as counselors as we meet with students one-on-one. If you would like a copy of your transcript, that is no problem. Just ask your counselor and we'll get it to you, but keep that one stapled for us. All right, and this is our fun analogy for this process that Dr. Gorkovsky enjoys every year talking to us about. But scheduling, we are in the phase where we are, putting together what next year looks like. We're going to be hiring teachers, figuring out class placement. Certain classrooms require certain subjects and certain types of classes require certain types of classrooms. So all of this is something that we're thinking about right now and building and figuring and planning for you. And so this is why it's really important that you think really hard about what you want to take and go ahead and select those classes and understand that come even May or June, if you ask to change, that may not be possible. If we've already put the pizza in the oven, we put all the toppings on that you've selected, we put it in the oven, you can't take a topping off without messing up the pizza a little bit. So we try really hard to be flexible because we know your students' class schedule is important to them and to what they're learning at school and their engagement. But we also ask that they really think hard about having a good balance and what classes fit for them. And that if they are questioning some things, please bring it up whenever they meet with their counselor and we can talk about it some more with them. So the hope of this is that it is not stressful. Please try your best to get into Skyward and pick some classes. If you can't find something, don't worry. Every year we have a lot of people trying to call on the weekends and asking questions. And unfortunately, we're not available on the weekends to reach you. But the great news is it's not set in stone after this weekend. Your student's counselor will meet with them. We meet with every student one-on-one and review 4-year plans and graduation requirements. Answer any questions. You can put questions on that registration sheet on the side there, and then it helps your student remember too what the questions might be. And we work through all of those things and we make changes as needed. So if you're not quite certain if you got the right class on there, please don't worry. We don't want this to be stressful. We will definitely help you. It helps us a lot for you to go in there and just try your best and fix some classes. So you'll be getting an email with more information, including a PDF of this presentation, and you'll want to pick classes over the weekend. Write your questions on the registration sheet and then turn in that registration paper to your homeroom teacher, your student's homeroom teacher on Monday, the 24th. And then hang tight because it takes us counselors at least 3 weeks to make it through every student on our caseload. And so we are working diligently to make that happen. We'll come to your students' homeroom or study hall so that we avoid them missing class time and be able to help them select classes at that time. We thank you so much for working with us and working with your student, and we hope that this is a piece of cake for you. Have a great day.